Danke siyabonga. Before I say anything, lamhlanje in this episode, which is just royal, and that's the best way to put it.
That's royal.
Yes, the Prince of Soul.
Prince of Soul.
Akunjaya ngephimbele imnandi. Ngephimbele imnandi. Yes. Before I just want you to take the introduction part now, then I'll hit it hard.
Ufuna concert.
Kayawani spring fiesta isiqalisa.
Awusengil fumeno thando dala ngikufuna lafi wami ngufuna lafi wami.
And then MJ, how does it feel when you do that? And then girls go, ooh.
How does it feel?
Yes, how does it feel? As a guy, they're crazy about you.
You know that feeling when you're pressed and you get into the toilet?
For real?
That enjoyment, that relief, man. Like, okay, I made a song and people are happy. You know, that's the feeling.
And it's and
yeah, because you never know. I mean, you can get pulled.
On stage. I think with you it's the guys mostly.
What?
Who like you get to boo, you like boo.
Let's not sabotage the guys. I know a lot of guys who support the homeboys.
For real?
Yeah. I think it's just people have made this narrative where like male musicians appeal to women. But I've seen guys who like text me and be like, yo, hey Jita, that song, it hit me hard.
Okay. Danke siyabonga. Welcome to the Mfumfimfo show. Semfikile Sipho May Sentinyati. This is a show by Deb3 Events, and please don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button. Uthi lapho masivele sithi si release isitayela sonke uhlutole esilomfutho and be the first to view. And this show, Enkundleni exclusive by Deb3 Events, is in support and it's in partnership by Enkundleni, those who do photography and cinematography services. I said that right, huh? Okay, nice. In the building, namhlanje, I'm with the Prince of Soul, Mr. MJ.
Yeah, man.
Sings.
This is where we do that boo 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 boo.
Yes. And you roll the drum.
Roll the drum.
Yes. And then when you get on stage, then you throw some roses.
Eesh.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Now you're putting out the secrets now.
But you're good though.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Man. You popping. It's
popping.
Happening. You are the Prince of Soul. First time I got to see you was at Blawayo Theatre, the Prince of Soul concert.
Oh yeah. We did.
That was a vibe.
We did that recently.
That was a vibe.
Thanks, King. Thanks.
And I was just chilling there, doing some interviews with the people. Ladies. Too much ladies on that show. Too much ladies. On the Spring Fiesta and other shows, I subscription but on any show that MJ sings, I'm pulling through.
I was selling diamonds. Ladies are attracted to diamonds.
Okay.
Love songs are diamonds.
And you the diamond, bro.
Yeah, I think that's fucking pressure.
Yeah. So tell me about the concept. The Spring Fiesta concept.
So the Spring Fiesta, it came about soon after we did the Prince of Soul show, because I noticed, we've got an audience that's hungry for like performances and shows. So we thought, October already has nothing. Like Intwasa had moved and people kept on saying, come on, do something. Then we came up with this Spring Fiesta, but it was intentional because we noticed it's a global event. But Zimbabwe was the only country that didn't have Spring Fiesta.
That's smart.
So we're like, let's bring it to Zimbabwe and start it back home, Bulawayo first. If it works, then one day we'll be able to take it to other cities as well, So, but this time we wanted...
So it's yet to grow beyond the city.
That's our vision, and our motto is to change the narrative, just to convince artists that you are the space. You don't need space from someone or somewhere else for you to express or showcase what you're creating. And this Spring Fiesta is definitely going to showcase art that people have been sleeping on unintentionally, maybe by not knowing or not accessing them. But on the day, definitely you're going to be blown away.
Definitely. And there's something that's just happened in Spring Fiesta. It's trending on Twitter. It's trending on Facebook, and I'm seeing a lot of my 2Ks we are gonna be there. Was that also part of the strategy to reach? That's the target market, or Spring Fiestas for everyone.
We didn't have a target market, as to say. We just wanted people to come through and experience so that we figure out how we handle the next one. But it so happened that the artists that we have influence, and they've got their own audiences as well. So it has also helped us to understand the market, because we didn't know the 2Ks are going to be interested in it. But,
It seems they are, bro.
They really are. And trust me, they are buying tickets.
A lot.
And it's another narrative that we don't know in the city. Because if you look at Bulawayo, most of our art is probably traditional or adult, contemporary stuff. So all of these teens have nothing to consume.
Okay.
So when an SA artist comes through, automatically they're going to go there.
So and I want you to explain something which is very deep for me. You said art is a fundamental expression of the soul.
Yeah, I think I wrote those at midnight.
Single, all alone.
Yeah, those are midnight quotes.
Yeah. Take me through the statement.
So like if you've noticed in the world, artists are the most people who express themselves, like comparing to an ordinary citizen maybe. So for me as an artist, art is the best way for me to express how I feel or how I want the world to look like. It's like a canvas that I paint. So that's how we express ourselves. So if you see me dressing in a way, I am doing it intentionally. That's how we express ourselves.
Okay. So what is it like? Like your space, in your space, you're writing a song. How does the creative process go about for MJ?
I think it differs. It's different. When I'm writing for myself, I need to be in like a space where I'm alone. But usually when I'm writing for other artists, it's either I'm with the artist or with the producer, so that we try and figure it out together. But some songs just pop up.
They just happen.
It just happens. I mean, it's a gift. It's like asking Messi, did you think of that tactic?
How did you do it?
It just happens. The more you practice, the more it starts flowing.
Yeah, but I think for soccer stars, I think the one who did it intentionally was Maradona. With that hand thing, I think
No, you need to win by any means necessary.
By any means necessary. Yes, and you're winning. These days you're popping, but you're winning. When MJ is being rated next to Aboringo Madlingos Nabondando.
Oh, that is huge.
Yes,
that is huge.
What's that kind of pressure like?
I think it's not really pressure. It's like growing up and people tell you look like your father. It's not much pressure because these are guys that inspired me when I was a kid. So by default, I was gonna get closer to their craft. But it's not much pressure. It's just me saying, I've learned this and I'm sharing it with you guys. If you guys love this, also credit the person that inspired me as well. So it's not really much pressure.
It's not really. It comes out natural with you.
It does.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say we don't put in the hard work. We practice, we rehearse. For me to actually pen one song, I need to throw away 20 songs. So from that one song that you love, I probably put away 50 songs.
Okay.
So it's all about hard work behind the scenes.
And you started singing at how many? At how old?
I started singing at 11, but professionally I was around 16. So yeah, I wouldn't say.
So at 11 years, what are you? At 11 years old, what are you? What are you singing?
At 11, I was just fascinated, but that was a church. But I wouldn't say I was singing. I was still trying to find my voice. My funny story that I always tell people is that my first ever performance at church, people laughed at me. The whole entire church.
This guy can sing.
I'm 11. A kid, not even a guy, a kid. And the whole church was like, oh, he's trying to be Ara Kelly. So it's one of those things whereby people need to also know that, you don't just magically start and be a star. You need to go through some portals,
some rough times.
Yeah.
And that is at Thorngrove.
That is a Thorngrove. Hey, sungishayeza amakarati.
Yes, kusemakhaladini.
Kusemakhaladini.
Yikho lokuhlala khona la Grace?
Yikho lokho enhlala khona.
Okay. How is it there?
It's chilled.
No, it's not.
It depends on which area. It's, every place ile streets are esikwaziwa ithi it's a trick. My street is chilled and
which
cooler.
One? Which one is the one?
It's called Monkeythorn.
Okay, Monkeythorn.
Yeah. So in Cooler there were a lot of shoppings in my street. So in the whole entire hood, it is a thing. So the music,
oh, you're always hearing music.
Yes. So I started understanding even what people like. Okay, at this time people have this certain kind of vibe. And funny story, my old man always tells me that even Soul Brothers came to my hood.
For real?
Yes, after a show.
That guy with how many kids?
Yes.
The late guy?
Yes.
You know how many 40-something kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Those were superstars. I
bet that guy had kids in him though.
No, I mean,
yeah.
You're a superstar.
So they came through to your hood and they were shabellering there.
Yeah, so it just shows you how vibey the road is. And till today, it still has that energy. Like Maufiga, you can feel.
And then the parts are dangerous in your hood. Which ones are they?
No, I wouldn't advocate for that.
But what do they do? They mark you. What do they do?
No. I've never had my whole entire life. I've never heard of anyone being mugged.
By the Makalas there?
No.
I thought the Makalas maybe they are actually cool people.
We're cool people. We're cool people, man. Like we don't mug people. We don't mug people. We're cool people. We just want our alcohol.
Oh, so now I see where the whole ladies thing comes from. Colors and colors and what. And then at age 13, you're performing Guma bars now. What's happening? What's happening to you?
So like for me, because I just wanted to learn and fail early. So the bars had given us platform where they're like,
in my power.
Yeah, they're like, actually bars give you a bigger platform than church. Because in the bar, they're like, oh, here's 3 hours. Do your thing, fun. I'm like, 3 hours. I'm like, okay. So imagine I would go to Cairo and I'm seeing for 4 hours.
There.
But I didn't know.
If you try 20 minutes, take a break.
Yes, but I didn't know that was training for me. Because, as an artist, you're so attached to the art and you think your art is going to sell. But when you start engaging with people, you realize, oh, you know what, I'm offering services and they need to feel some kind of need. So if I'm performing and someone is like, I'm feeling gomage. And I started understanding, oh, okay, this is what works, this is what doesn't work. That's how I started to understand even my niche market.
But you're 13 years old.
I mean, till today, I don't think they ask IDs.
So you were just...
Especially if you're a performer.
Oh, if you're a performer, they just want you in there.
So they just assume that Kamvana is just short.
Yeah, but saying that, I start to remember. I think that I was same age starting performing my power.
Yeah. At the time, you won't know because, 13, you're doing a lot of things. You're already puberty.
Exactly.
Your friends and stuff. So at 13, I also wanted money. I wanted things to move. And my old man was like, if you're going to choose this, we need to give you a timeline. We need to see progress. Because I was more into like school. So imagine from like primary till secondary, I was a top student.
Oh.
So imagine you.
So what am I artist at Dalia?
Yes. So imagine waking up and telling your father that I have decided.
I just want to do this.
To eat the music. It was tough. And already there were narratives, that people were saying, people like love more and stuff, and they'll project it on you. So I had to push way extremely hard. Like I entered every competition you can think of.
And by then, who are you staying with at home who's allowing you to go? Because I know Emma Power pretty much you're performing Dambaman.
Yeah. So, I personally grew up with my old man.
Oh.
So he's that person who is like, you know, he gives you your space, do your thing, you know. Obviously, at first they're not gonna support you financially. I mean, that's gonna spoil you. And plus, Felix us, you know, we did. Also, it's like, no, as long as this is gonna help you, actually for you, pursue it, and make sure that you go harder than anyone. Because imagine, I'm the only one. Everyone at home was pursuing academics. Everyone was at varsity. And me in the last minute, I'm like,
no, I just wanna do music.
I'm function music.
So your dad didn't say no, he just said, go ahead, but I just want you to be the best at this.
No, he never said no. I was like, do your thing, you know. But he made sure that I had to convince him. So it didn't make it easier for me to be like, no, he said yes, let me just do this. He made it hard. Like, if you guys, let's cheer one.
And by then, where's your mom?
She passed away, and she was like 12.
Okay.
But she was the person who really influenced me to do music, because she was doing choir things.
So that's where it comes from.
Yeah. So the time when I got bored, I would listen to her practice these hymns, and so I didn't but then I didn't know that things my keys and I'm thinking, as long as I'm not sharp.
So you're listening to her hymns and everything?
Yeah, I was eavesdropping. Then I thought, you know what, Queen in my child, I'm shy. But then I didn't know at the time, you know, you need to at least work on your voice and try to master it and the techniques. But you know, it helped me, because soon after that, boom, like I went back home, rehearsed for like 3 months, 4 months indoors.
The revenge.
Shama City walk. Then, you know, funny thing, years later, everyone was doing music back then who laughed at me. They're all no longer doing music.
Now you the man now.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about it.
And how was the experience with the Overseas group?
That
you founded?
That was like a great learning curve. Best bangena Sasi 7, and we're just teens. And I think it was new in the city. Like, people were used to a cappella, but not a cappella that also mixes with like urban sounds and stuff. Plus, we came from different races. Some were colored, some were Indian. We're capturing everyone. So if they were colored,
was not the first group we are makula against
No, like literally, I won't lie to you. Wherever we would go is like, because we were like 15, 16 the time.
That group was that big?
Yeah, we were like, we even went to like things like Star Bright and stuff.
As a group?
Yeah, okay. Performing alongside Labo Family Voices, Bukutsi.
And when people see colors and coolers there up on stage, and you are there,
like, imagine an Indian singing Sizulu.
Nice.
Shona. But for me, that was school. Because now I was learning, and that's when I started writing. So the first people I ever wrote songs for was the group.
And then when do you get the confidence to like, okay, now I can go solo?
It's not really cool. I started having like different tastes and ambitions. So we ended up just splitting. Then I think months after that, I decided to try out. There was a competition called Bulawayo's Got Talent.
Oh.
Yeah, he said.
What happened to that competition? Because I think it's supposed to be always there.
I don't know. Like, I think the one that I went to was the last one.
Oh.
Yeah.
You shut it down.
So I went there, and I'm backstage, and the talk guy always say, "Move, gonna be." It's like, so what's your name? And I'm thinking, what's my name? I'm like, yeah, I remember all the guys back in the hood, but MJ, you know, because of my initials.
Oh.
So I'm like, MJ. And it's like, MJ, who? Michael Jackson. So he jumps on the stage. It's like, up next, MJ. What he sings. You know?
Oh.
So when I jump on, like, the judges are like, MJ sings. Literally, I didn't have an idea for that name. It just came soon after.
So it's the judge?
Yes, it's the charges, and the guy who introduced me as well. Because to him he was joking, but it ended up being
the name.
Yeah. And from there, I think I became top 3. So from there, I ended up meeting some guys. The guys who were number 1 on the competition ended up, because they were band, they ended up being my band. So I ended up just making music and just performing. But from there, we never looked back.
You just went forward.
I just went forward. Like, I tried everything. I tried almost every competition you can think of. Because to me, I realized like the importance of a platform. Because each platform gives you a viewer or 2. So I jumped even on like Starbright, Dreamstar, and those platforms really paid up, because they started opening different doors for me. But from day one, it was always putting in the work.
Oh, nice. And you in the studio with Calvin?
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Yo, man, that was a genius. That guy was a genius. Like,
I heard Bega was playing the guitar too.
Yes. And funny thing, I met Bega at Bulawayo's Got Talent. They were doing the sound.
Oh, the Deb 3?
Yeah, no, it was, back then it was Sound Culture, with Sound Culture. So the day I was auditioning, there's a guitar guy who was supposed to play for me, and he didn't pitch up. So when the judges said, yo, so you're gonna sing with no instrument, I was like, my only instrument is this voice. You guys don't like beats, then I'm out. So the judges were impressed about the vocals, and Ubege, I met him 2 days after. I didn't know him. So he stopped me. I think it's a town or somewhere. And he's like, yo, I saw you at Bulawayo's Got Talent. I play the guitar. Maybe we can try out something. That's how it started. But then you start to see the importance of taking platforms seriously.
And networking with people.
I wouldn't have known Bege. I wouldn't have known Deb. I wouldn't have known that band. If I had said, I'm not going to audition because of the guitar guy. And till today, these are people that are still
in the game.
You get it? So at times, things happen for the best. Just trust your instinct, But back to Kelvin. Kelvin as well was a funny story. We were performing at Miss Professional. Then I see this guy backstage, yellow boy, on my t-shirt, and a face and a bag, Like, who's this guy? So we are again, it's like, yo, Dwana, what do you do? I see.
Aliazan,
backstage.
With his confidence.
Like, I sing, it's like, are you ready? I'm like, I'm nervous. It's like, be nervous.
For real?
Because you're performing after me. Like, shit, who's this guy? And for sure, when he jumped on that stage and killed it, I was nervous at first. But when I jumped on, like, I made it to set, and this backstage, it's like, yo, can I have your numbers? I would like you to come to the studio.
And we do something.
And we do something.
That's how fast he was.
Like you could spot talent from afar. And it's rare nowadays because people only look at something that's monetizing. But he was more interested in, developing something. And that was the first time I ever jumped into a studio.
It was Vin. It was with Vin when you went first time to the studio.
It was with Calvin. The first song I ever put out was recorded by him.
Dang.
And I think at times it's unfair because we don't share the good things that people
That's
do
why
for
you're here.
us.
That's why you're here at Enkundleni, Baba, with this keep your information.
I won't lie. He really put me on. Because I remember the first song that I did, I had no plans besides sharing it on WhatsApp. And the next week, I get calls from ZFM, Star FM. That was before Sky's Metro. So imagine getting airplay
nationally already
in ZFM. And that was all him.
That was all him.
Yeah, he was.
And what's the vibe in the studio like with him? Because I know he got a skip up his
he's
with and he's drunk and you're like, is this guy gonna do any music? Then he's like, get him my key.
No, his energy was always high. But one thing I always liked about him, when it's time to work, it's time to work. When it's time to play, let's play. And let's play hard. So when it was time for us to record, he made sure I'm supposed to hit that note. You know, it wasn't a thing. You know, MJ beslala. It was like sitting. So many
so many. I heard for this the same thing that he did to Mawiza.
Yeah.
Mawiza wafu wathi hayi mina ngihlabele kwathi bathi baba. Lapha sokubhala ama rhyme.
Yeah.
Lapha sokubhala ama rhyme.
It's time to work, you work. You know, and shout out to him, RIP the king.
Shout out to him. And then the first EP 2018.
Soul and Mind.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another goat as well, Murphy Cubic.
You nailed it.
And you know, all these things are funny
and
stories.
the pillow sessions.
And the pillow sessions as well. Murphy, I met him through his little brother, who had the song that I recorded with Kelvin, and he dedicated it to a girl, and they started dating. So he kept on saying, Murphy, this guy is saying this song, and Murphy started looking for me. Then one told her like on Facebook, and we started engaging, and we started working. So hey man, opportunities are everywhere.
opportunities are everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes.
They're
Now,
everywhere.
yeah. So on the Soul and Mind EP,
yes.
Did you anticipate that Pagade was gonna be like a smashing hit?
You know, funny thing about that project, we didn't have much expectations for it because we recorded the whole project in one day. So we're like, let's just put out music, see the direction where it's gonna head it, and people fed it. Like they really loved it, and that's the funny part about creating art.
And
you never know.
And it's a sing along, bro.
That's music for you, because the one opens it hit yakusho kuzuphandle bathula zwi. But the one
is the one that it really gets to be out there.
But for us, we're just making music. We didn't think about a lot of things.
And you pared it down.
Yeah. We
and also, like looking at Speedy, South Africa, that guy has got a massive hits, bro.
Yes.
Massive hits. And then now
that's a gold, right?
Yeah. So now you're at a position whereby you're supposed to you were writing a song for him.
Yeah.
What kind of a mental space do you get to be in when you're writing a song for Speedy?
I mean, you know, behind the cameras, he's quite a chilled guy. He's good. He's open to ideas. Doesn't matter how young or where you come from. Because so many people think that if you're from Zim, you're not capable of delivery. So Speedy, from day one, he was open-minded. I was like, I want to work with you guys, you and Murphy. So when I started penning down the songs for him, you know, he was blown away instantly. And largely we didn't expect which the song was going to do that well, because they launched it after a couple of songs as a Pumile from the album, but ended up doing way better than all of the songs. You know, and till today we're engaging, and it's like, I want you guys to print something. Bongo Muffin is back. Let's do, you know, and that's big.
That's huge, bro. And you're saying it like in a cool man, like Bongo Muffin's back.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide the excitement. As in
This Bongo Muffin guy, yo.
Yo, imagine like we grew up watching Speed, you know, Lamazaz, Lamaturek.
Speedy and the massive hits that he has, my guy.
And you know, till today, you know, Speedy, when he's talking to you, you know, he doesn't give you that thing, you know, I'm a celebrity, I'm a star. You know, he approaches you in a humble way. You know, it's just normal.
It's just as normal as
it's normal. And I think that's a winning formula in the game.
That's a winning formula in the game.
Stay humble.
And for local artists, who have you written songs for?
I've written for Lee Makani.
Lee's dope.
Yeah, she is.
Lee's dope.
Then I've written for Ato. I also co-wrote with Kelvin as well. There are a couple of artists, but some, you know, I've written for some where we've been not credited and made bars out of that thing. But at the end of the day, it's art you learn. And from there, now I know better. But back then, I was just excited and just writing for people. You know, I'm always in sessions with artists. So I played roles in many songs, but That's not my part to do the whole.
So for someone to like say, all right, I want to work with MJ.
Yeah.
I want to collaborate with him. What does it take?
I mean,
Besides money?
Besides, your money, it's important. It's very important. People forget that money is important because who's gonna pay for the studio's time?
Studio session. Yeah.
But firstly with me, I need to look into the artist, the art, and your character as well. Because besides your music, if you're someone who is, different than the art outside there, then I need to protect my space. So I always look into that. Then obviously there are terms as well, but usually with me it's the art and the character of the person.
Then you get it going.
If we connect, we connect. Like we can't run away from there.
So now how do you handle the fame, especially the ladies, the way they love MJ?
No, I always remind myself without calling them. There've been others before me. So I should never act like I am bigger than the next person, or I should do things without discipline and not expect consequences. Yeah, it's good to have ladies scream for you, but and I'm not different. So Lama always keep myself rooted and understand those things and discipline myself. If it's work, we're working, and I'm gonna show love to the fans because they show the love back. But I need to understand there's MJ sings and Ngulo Mncetis. And Mncetis, you're a human being. MJ is a character. It's an actor on TV. You're not untouchable. So that's what keeps me rooted.
And who's Mncetis dating?
Who's Mncetis dating? Yeah, that's a deep one.
An easy one.
Yeah, I think it's someone I must status.
But is there anything?
No. Like with me, I've always tried to keep my life a bit low key in terms of what I put out there, because there are people that are around my life, and I don't want things that I do to affect them at the end of the day. So if I'm gonna date a girl, I need to make sure that, I'm not going to publicize this relationship until we're both really sure. Because, I don't want social media to always look clumsy.
Because checking on your digital print, you clean, man, when it comes to ladies. We don't see you, what?
Yeah, I think for now. For now, because, when you're starting out the media, there's good things to say about you. But when you're at a stage where, you're at the top, controversy sells. So right now it's normal for me to have a clean slate. But that doesn't mean I'm perfect. So for now, hey, siyabonga uThixo.
So she's comfortable with not getting known?
I love the way you make it like there's someone who's existing already. Let's just say she's partly comfortable, but when you're dating someone, they're always selling up Vumela, and what, we're gonna keep it low key, but someone is gonna get excited
at some point in time.
At some point, So I always try and stay ready.
She's so strong, but I imagine all the ladies that are around you, with myself witnessing after shows. I'm looking at you like, yo, this guy. And then she's like, I'll look around, the one who's just looking at you. I'll definitely know that one is the one.
Yeah, when a woman knows what she wants, she does whatever needs to be done.
And MJ, there's something fascinating about you. I come into the studio this other day, and you're all... The house, everyone is just sitting and is looking at you, and everyone is frustrated, and I could see your frustration on your face. And you just blunt on everyone, and you're telling them, you guys, I would rather fire you, blah, 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 blah. Are you that kind of a straight talker?
No, I'm really I'm an artist, and so I don't talk much unless if it's necessary. So until I'm at a point where I need to really say something, or else it's gonna tarnish my side of the brand. And at times I feel like it's important to let people know how you feel. So I'm okay, I feel like Sipho ngani sedlala la thina we want
Want to
aim
work, yeah.
for this kind of standard, you know, and Sipho, if he understands better nxa sikhuluma ama-consequence lama-ultimatum we need to do whatever it takes, but I'm really not that guy who talks too much.
You just want to work.
I just want to work and have fun.
Okay.
That's me.
In conclusion, looking at yourself and developing, what can you say about local arts and people like you actually making it and not complaining and not giving any chance to compromise? How do you do that?
Yeah, I think firstly we need to understand that no one is coming to save us. Absolutely no one. So the moment we understand that, we'll start putting ourselves in a place where we're going to push ourselves harder. Because there's so much complaints, you know, like excuses are all over the place right now, but you know, we need to look at the opportunities as well, because there's so many. There's an Andrea blowing up on TikTok right now.
Yo, it's going mad.
So what's your excuse? You know, and I believe we can change this. If Koreans created a K-pop that has dominated not only Korea but America, then I think it's high time as artists we create something. Obviously the government is going to jump on. There's so much noise.
Yes, if there's too much energy on it, it's definitely going to pull through.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you nyabonga, MJ, thank you nyabonga. Yebo bathandekayo, there you heard it from the Prince of Soul himself. This is Enkundleni exclusive. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification button. It's from me, Sipho Mason and Deb3 Events, and also from Enkundleni Photo and Cinematography Services. Sithi danki. Siyabonga akungishaye phakathi lyric bebe ubavalelisa
asozahlupa ithi danki ubuye ku spring fiesta uzoyizwa
danki siyabonga.